Hey YouTube, Al here, and this week I thought I'd talk to you about Strat necks. So, this is the neck off the Shine plywood Strat I had. Used to call the Custardcaster. It's now dead. So, this came from the guitar. I traded an old Dean ML4. It was a £200 one, very inexpensive. In fact, it was the second most inexpensive guitar they sold. And it was rubbish. So I swapped that for the guitar this came from, which I was told was ash body, flame maple neck. I was told that it was custom spec'd. It had 5 Grover tuners because the M1 was broken. You can see the screw in there. I was told the pickups were Tone Rider, and that was a load of baloney. So the body was actually made of plywood. There were crappy ceramic stock pickups in there with a little 500k pots, the standard fare. You find all these crappy Strat copies, and I got screwed. Okay, I mean it'd taken an injury. It'd been hit like that angle at some point, and the neck pocket was off and all that. So to get to the point of this video, because the neck pocket was off and other things, that guitar never played right. Now the tech I was talking to at the time, one of my mates, who's sadly now not doing that, he's actually moved, but you know, he said the neck was slightly twisted, and I was unsure, to be honest, because once I realised the neck pocket was damaged, I thought, well, is the neck twisted? Is it not? Is it just the angle of the strings? Because the strings will obviously be pulled straight, and you know, you've got to eyeball it basically. And I've since discovered that this neck is twisted. So this is how you find out that a neck is twisted. So obviously you've got the flat part here, like that, and you've got a flat end here, like that. So what you've got to do is show you've got to look down here like a sight. If I can angle it to the camera. And the way you check is looking down here, and you look at this end. So if I bring this up, you look there, and if you can see, it curves down. It's not actually entirely flat. See, if this is flat like that, you'd expect it to be the same up here, and you can see it's at a slight sort of curve. So unfortunately this neck won't be usable for me in a project. Now there are things you can do to fix a neck twist. I know there are people who use hot rags, and they steam it and they put it in clamps and they twist it back and all that. I mean, it's got fretwear on it as well. I mean, technically one who has the skills, not you, one who has the skills to do so could probably fix this and make it usable. But for my needs, for what I can do with my gear and my skills, if you can call them that, this is dead. So the Custardcaster is dead, which is kind of annoying, because I was going to use it with this. I mean, this is the body I bought off eBay for 15 quid. Well, it was 20 quid, and then it came with a little knocks in it. You've seen that video, I dare say. Nice actual wood, nice little veneer on it. CTS pots, all that gubbins, you know, look at that, all the lovely stuff. And I bought all that. I bought it all thinking I'll finally get to use this lovely, gorgeous flame maple neck. Have a lovely Sunburst Strat to play. But no. So, is it a waste of money? No, it isn't. Because I happened to, by chance, snag a Squire bullet neck, rosewood board bullet neck, off eBay for about 30 quid. So that should be here in a few days, and hopefully I'll be able to get it finally up and running. But the whole point of that project really was to try and upcycle this neck that I got screwed on, because I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know what I was looking at. I've shown you that guitar a few times before. You'll see how to recognise the plywood body with the stripes. Hopefully you'll know a little bit how to recognise the cheap pickups. I mean, they all look pretty pretty similar. I think there are telltale signs, such as they're not beveled pole pieces, little things like that. The rough tops on pickup covers, plastic pickup covers, is a dead giveaway. Honestly, if it's got those, they are not high-end pickups. You are being lied to. You're being shafted, as I was shafted. So don't get screwed. But anyway, when you buy a guitar, there is a way to check that the neck is twisted. If you look down this end, because this will be straight, you can see, if you move out the way, you can absolutely see how it curves over to one side. So you look at it like that, and you go like this, just tip it up, and you should be able to see the end, and it should be flat, just like it is there, but they don't line up, and you can see they don't line up. So Custardcaster is dead, all of it. I mean, I'll be honest, it got to the point where most of my Strat copies are kind of like that broom that's had 3 new handles and, you know, 10 new heads. It's like that old Jack from Only Fools and Horses. Had the same broom for 20 years. So that's how you recognise a dead Strat neck. If you compare that to the Custardcaster neck, which has had a horrific fret job, if you can call it that, and these are completely and utterly flat on top. These have been destroyed by a horrific fret level from a certain shop in a certain major city in the Midlands. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Unplayable. I mean, someone might be able to fix this, but anyway. So we're leaving the frets aside. If you look from the nut here, which is flat, and I tip it, get angle right so you can see on the camera, I go up like this, you should be able to see, where is it, there you go, you should be able to see there's no twist in it. So if you look down the side like that, I can see that it's dead straight. I can see that it's, the camber on the fretboard does align with this. There's no sort of, it is a twist like that if you twist your arm. So if you're looking down your shoulder as you would look down the nut, you shouldn't be able to see any sort of twist. It should be effectively like that, pretty dead straight. So if you look, again, if you look down there, try to find the right angle, move out the way so you can see. You can see that it's pretty straight, which is how a neck should be. Now it's a shame actually. This is a really big neck, by the way. I wanted to use the shine neck because it's actually a really nice profile on it. It's very comfortable, kind of a slim sort of C shape. I always liked this neck, which is why I traded a little Squire I had at the time instead. Ironically, that was an 80s one with a plywood body, and that bugger wouldn't intonate because the springs wouldn't. They're too long, so the saddle wouldn't go back far enough. That was really annoying. You could snip it, but I just thought bollocks to it, and I just, you know, traded it for the Junior. But shame, because it's a really nice neck, lovely looking bit of wood. But that's how you tell. So again, this, you can see that, if I go from this end, it'd probably be much the same. See that? There you go. Straight as a die. Whatever the hell that means. I mean, they're cubes really, but whatever. You can see that straight. As opposed to this, so if we look at that, assuming that this end is straight. Ah, there you go. You can see there. So, there you go. That's how you can tell if a neck is twisted on a guitar. There's going to be more of a problem with set neck guitars because it's going to be more difficult to fix. I mean, look, with Strats, Lee Fender wanted to make a cheap guitar. I mean, they're bolt-on. He invented the bolt-on neck guitar. Started with the Esquire, which didn't even have a truss rod. Went to the Telecaster. Went to the Stratcaster. The idea is, if it wears out, just pop the neck off, buy a new one. I mean, so many people have got what we'll really call parts casters, let's be honest. Like, I think it was Adrian Smith or Yannick Gers, one of them in Iron Maiden, one of the 3 guys, has a 60s something Strat with a 54 or something maple neck. He's got a 50s neck on a slightly later body. So you can mix and match, people do. You might have to shim it or something, but you can fix these. You can always find cheap replacement parts for Strats, but with necks, it's really a bugger. It's not like a body where if it's got a few knocks in it, it's a body, it's fine, you know, it's whatever. Necks are kind of physics. Everything's got to be right. The frets have got to be cut in the right spots, and it can't be twisted. So, I mean, I could probably get away with this at some point, but to be honest, it needs so much fret work. You've really got to know when to throw in the towel. I think that's the message of these. You've really got to know A, what you're looking at, and B, when to throw in the towel. So that's how you spot a twisted neck on a Strat copy. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Al. Leave any questions down in the comments, any experiences you've had, how to fix problems, anything like that, you know, not just for me, for loads of other people to see. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye!